In a related development, the minority in parliament has condemned Wednesday's demolition of makeshift homes at Demolition, describing the exercise as callous and insensitive. Minority spokesperson ABA Fuseni told the media during a visit to the community that the Accra Metropolitan Assembly could have postponed the demolition until after the lockdown. He says the displaced persons will struggle to comply with the lockdown without homes to live in. The Sanyarugu MP says the minority will soon summon the local government minister to parliament to answer questions over the demolition.
Life they live there. A lot of them are sleeping outside rough because they have no homes to go to. I'm sure you are already aware of the cramped up conditions under which they were living. And now even that one is gone. So what have you left them with? So no one is saying that people should not comply with the law. We should. But in circumstances where we have to take certain actions, we should be mindful about the environment. We should be mindful of the circumstances in which the people live. We shouldn't reduce them to the status of animals. By God's sake, for God's sake, they are Ghanaians. And even if we need to enforce the law, we should enforce it in a manner that accords them some level of decency and human dignity. We must not take away their dignity and treat them in an inhumane, degrading, and a way that connotes deliberate punishment. I think that is most unfair, especially in times such as what we are. We are already aware that they are no longer working. For the past, we are now entering the third week. Where are they going to even get money? For those of them who can really look for places temporarily to rent and stay, where are they going to get the money? And the money that government has promised them has not gotten to them. I'm sure you people spoke to them. Even feeding is a problem. They have been told they will be giving food, even elementary food. They don't even give you food. Would they give you money for rent? You haven't even gotten the main food to eat. You are asking for dessert. How is that going to work? So they are living rough, and it's a violation of the government's own directive that people should stay away in their homes. Now, which place do they have? Can they call home and go and stay?
So more like a compounded crisis.
The opportunity exists in Parliament. We are going to call on the relevant minister for local government or minister for works and housing or other relevant ministries to come to Parliament and answer. And in fact, if there are opportunities, some of us will put statements on the floor of the House.
Well, Amnesty International in the last few hours has released a statement condemning the demolition by the AMA. The statement issued by Amnesty International reads 16th April 2020. Amnesty International Ghana is alarmed at the untimely and insensitive demolition exercise at Old Fadama carried out by the Ministry of Water and Sanitation and the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, which has rendered hundreds of people homeless at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the time we expect all government institutions and agencies to work together to support government's efforts to fight COVID-19 pandemic. A demolition by these government agencies at the height of fighting a pandemic is uncalled for and puts into question government's commitment to providing the needed protection for the vulnerable. We therefore call on the AMA and the Ministry of Sanitation to immediately halt further demolition at Old Fadama or make alternative arrangements to relocate the residents before continuing any demolition in the community. They should as soon as possible provide a temporal place to lodge the residents who have been rendered homeless by the current demolition and to ensure their safety and, more importantly, from the possibility of contracting or spreading the disease. And the statement is signed by Robert Amoafo. Yeah, Robert Amoafo is the current country director of the Amnesty International. Izzy, how does it come to you, I mean, that people are rendered homeless in this time of COVID-19?
I mean, well, as we heard the minority say, indeed, if you're going to demolish, you have to make put in some provisions for them, because otherwise, like you're saying, how do you expect them to observe the lockdown? So that's really an issue, and I hope they get addressed quite soon. Meanwhile, some of the head porters and other residents of the area are asking government to exempt them from the lockdown so they can return to their villages. They complain apart from accommodation challenges, they are not benefiting from the free distribution of food, thereby making life difficult.
We work at Makola, but no one is buying our water now, so we want to go home.
Missy, a pure water and Miss Wen and Tovia, Auntie and Witchery, a partial. The Anya say, Quine and Anya, Cacarasi and Koya. Ah, dear me, I'll catch her by any say. Say, on to me, my Dian India. And the idea is read and say, won't be a quine of mine. Nay, you know, I am Kobe, I am free by. Because I want a company, dear, and ya come kitsua. And see, say, oh, my Dian India. What
I have to tell government is, if they cannot give us food, they should allow us to go to Tamale. Hunger is killing us. We don't even get water to bathe.
And so, Yanya Binjale, Ella, them so I them, Yetiaka, that's why I share. And to the idea I and say, so, oh, my Adrian, dear, on beer quite else. Mpacho Debbie.
Mpacho, I don't know what channel or maybe. Yenyebi, Uncle for say, I buy it.
The food they are sharing, we are not getting some. Our parents have been calling us from home and saying, government has given us money. But that's not true. We want to go home or we'll die of hunger.
Yes, said, oh, yeah, and won't be a quantum, and I am quite a croom. A sanko, yes, and I want now come.